There we go. There we go. We are live, unlike last night where I couldn't get it to work. So, just for Chris, I'm doing a live show just for our friend Chris. We'll take a little tour through on my travels home. Hopefully, the signal stays okay. We shall find out if it does or doesn't. If it cuts out on us, we know why. Because I lost signal. So I didn't send out any notifications or anything like that because I can't. So we're heading home, doing some more overtime. There's going to be a lot of overtime. I'm not going to be able to see what anybody's typing because I can't read it while I'm driving. But I can talk while I'm driving because I don't want to crash trying to read something while we're driving. So we'll see what kind of traffic we hit tonight. I printed up, I hope you can hear me. I printed up the base, both arms of the cauldron of the new witch the other night, but one of the arms failed. So I printed that up again last night, the other arm with the body of the witch and the head of the new witch. So when I get home, I'll see if that is good. If that's good, then hopefully I will start working on her. But I am working overtime on Saturday. I don't know how late I'm working overtime on Saturday, but I will be working overtime on Saturday. If you hear me cursing and yelling at other drivers, it's what I do. It's what I do. You'll probably see some idiot drivers today too. And oh yeah, we hit traffic already. We hit the traffic already. Good times. I gotta get into the next lane over because this is the bad lane to, any lane is the bad lane to be in, but I gotta get into the next lane over. So Sunday is October already. So that means once Sunday hits, you'll have 27 days, including Sunday, to get your builds done. We're heading towards the Kosciuszko Bridge. Anybody that's from New York and hasn't been to New York in a long time, the Kosciuszko was an old rickety bridge that connects Brooklyn and Queens. And we are in Queens right now, and we're gonna be, there's the Popo. Whoop, whoop, is the sound of the police. Yes, your car died, buddy. Now I can get over to the next lane. But yeah, we'll be going over the bridge that connects Brooklyn and Queens together. Well, one of the points. But yeah, that's that. That's that. And the first night this bridge opened up, you can see it changes colors up there. There was major traffic because everybody was oohing and ahhing about the colors. Still haven't had the other printer set up yet. Haven't done that. That's sitting there. Don't know when I'll get time to do that, but I would like to get it done. One of my buddies at work 3D prints, and he's got the M5S also, and he was telling me everything about it and how he loves it, and that if I have any problems, give him a shout. So he said it's a really, really nice printer, much better than the Mono X. And he's using, for you 3D printer guys out there, he's using the Anycubic slicer, and he said they updated it and it's really good. Puts automatically in the settings for the printer that you're using from Anycubic. So I'm going to try it out and see. I was messing around with it a little bit last night, and when you do supports on Cheeto Box, at the tip of the support, I can do different things with it. I can make it none, or I can make it a sphere. And I learned from Omar to make it a sphere, so when you take the supports off, it leaves a little bit of the ball behind instead of ripping resin out of the uncured print that you end up having to fill the holes in. So it's easier to sand than it is to fill in those holes. So hopefully you can do that on the Anycubic thing. I did. This, Chris, I caught that because I'm in traffic. We have many bridges here, Mr. Mac. That's just the Kosciuszko. We got the Triborough Bridge, the 59th Street Bridge, the Williamsburg Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge. I'll be passing by the Manhattan Bridge. the Williamsburg Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge, and then I got to go over the Verrazano Bridge because let's see, Manhattan is to my, well, actually, you can see Freedom Tower right there. Over to my left, that's Freedom Tower, the big tall building over there. So I can see Manhattan. I just left Queens. I'll be going through Brooklyn, and I'll be going through Staten Island. So the only borough I didn't see today or was in was whatchamacallit, the Bronx. It's the only borough I didn't see. So every day I see or go through, I'm in 3 out of 5 boroughs every day. And yes, Chris, I stopped by, spent the $15 and got a little holder for the window. This way we can take a drive home. Hopefully it's clear. I don't know what the whatchamacallit's like, the signal. So hopefully it's good. I know a few spots I drop phone calls, so I'll probably drop signal on this thing. Chris is doing a Dracula bust right now for the Halloween build, which is pretty cool. I got to get on the site. I haven't even been on the community to check out what's going on in the community. I'm getting home late tonight. Let's see, it's 7 o'clock, so I should be home hopefully by 8:30 tonight. Hour and a half trip, something like that. Then I'll eat dinner real quick, head down to the garage, and see what's going on with that print, because I need to get on that print. I got to have at least one thing done for Halloween. Either that, or I'll do what Kaylin did, get a very small pumpkin and do the small pumpkin. So this is my nightly drive. Never catch a break from traffic. Like I said, if any of the things pop up I really can't read, unless it's a real short sentence, then I can read it. If it's something long, I really can't get a hold of it. Oh, Spence, I dropped off the 001A boards to Tommy yesterday, so he should be working on those, and when he gets a chance, I did read your thing today, I just haven't had a chance to respond to that. Trying to think of what else is going on to make it a lively trip while you watch New York City traffic. So far, no idiots. Somebody did almost slam into my bucket truck today, though. It was a very, very big idiot there. Otherwise, nothing else is going on. No worries, just computer crap. Okay, computer stuff. Good old computer stuff. I saw that your Mac is dying on you, which is never a good thing. The death of a computer is never fun, because who the hell wants to spend all... Oh, good. I'm glad the video looks good. Usually these are pretty grainy from the phone, so that's a good deal. Yeah, we're driving through the nighttime. We're in Brooklyn now, by the way. We've left, once I got over the bridge, we've left Queens, where I grew up, and we are now in Brooklyn. Yeah, nobody wants to spend tons and tons and tons of money on a new computer. I had to, so hopefully mine lasts the 8 years that I'd be happy if it lasts 8 years before I have to buy another computer. And which reminds me, speaking of computers, I don't know when my Adobe is going to charge me. I got to get on that tonight with Kelly, because I'm paying full price for Adobe Suite, which I shouldn't be. Kelly's a teacher, and I get a discount on my Adobe, so I got to get her online tonight, but she's not feeling well, so I got to get that all changed up and get the discount again, because I use the Premiere Pro and Photoshop and InDesign and all that other crap. I like the Adobe Suite. It's pretty good. Sorry, drinking a Dr. Pepper while driving. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm allowed my one soda. Got my Dr. Pooper for the ride. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, hopefully things, not overtime, because I need the overtime cash, but hopefully things slow down where I can get things done. The fence was supposed to be put in on Wednesday, but now I have to have them remeasure the yard, because where they measured the fence for is probably 20 feet behind. I'd say 15 to 20 feet behind where I can put it. So they're going to have to add some more panels to it. So they got to come out, remeasure it, and then get that done. And then once that's done, that's when I'm working all crazy. I got to work crazy overtime. hopefully overtime keeps going, and I'll bang it out for the next 6 months if it goes that long, and I'll have the fence paid off in 6 months, and then I'll get the shed in the meantime. But then there's more projects. I just got to work like crazy to get as much done as I possibly can. I really don't want to work tomorrow or Saturday because it's raining. I'd rather be home working on the model, but what am I gonna do? I gotta go to work tomorrow. Got no days off. So the next day off is actually Columbus Day, which I already made myself available for overtime. So if there's overtime Columbus Day, I'll be working that day. That'll be a nice week because I'll have Tuesday will be a forced day off. But if they ask for overtime, then it'll be overtime Monday. Probably get overtime Monday night, Tuesday night, differential for Saturday, and then whatever else I get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night. So that'll be a nice check for the government to take all their cash. Oh, well, it looks like it's not too bad yet. Not too bad yet. We'll see. Come on, get over, idiot, so I can get over to the next freaking lane. Stupid bastard. Yes. So what? I was gonna say what's going on out there. It's not like I can read your comments at all. I would like to be able to read your comments. I'm gonna cut this guy off. Got to get in the far lane because the far lane is key at certain parts. Get in the far lane over here because the middle lane and the right lane ends up being an exit, and everybody merges over into that lane, and you don't want to get caught up in that traffic. So we're cutting through Williamsburg right now. Let's see who said hey. Hey, what's up, Mark? What is going on? And I think that was another Ken. It went by pretty quickly. I'm trying to keep my eyes off of the words while we're driving. I didn't. And Chris and all the guys that I complain about cleaning the desks up want to berate me. They can definitely berate me for that because I did not clean anything up at all. This is an everyday thing. Every day, my travels home. That's why I leave at 4:30 in the morning, so I don't hit this. If I don't leave at 4:30 in the morning, I will hit traffic both ways, and I don't want to spend 2 hours in the morning and then 2 hours in the afternoon. But this is every day. It's at least an hour and a half during the summer. On Friday nights, it could be up to 4 hours. See? 13 minutes, Chris would have made it home by now. I'm not even a quarter of the way home yet. Not even a quarter of the way home. So you get to see my favorite thing to do every night. And it used to be, if I worked this late, and it's not even that late, if I worked till like 7, 8 o'clock, like I did and leave now, I'd make it home pretty quick. Not anymore. Everybody's on the road. Ah, you were in Williamsburg. Yeah, I just pass through it every day, passing through the Williamsburg. I used to work there. Yeah, I worked there on occasion, but I don't hit Williamsburg very, very often. And this is one of the reasons that I cannot wait for retirement, where I never, ever, ever have to come back to New York City and sit in New York City traffic. So when you guys think I'm joking around that it takes me forever to get home, that some people may think I just want to miss a Wednesday night or a Saturday night live stream. This is actually what I'm sitting in every night. What's going on, Richard? Ramming speed, yeah, that like the meme. Ooh, anybody that's interested, I know Shu's interested. Buffalo and Pittsburgh game is starting soon. It's like the meme that Shu puts up with the big truck with the plow on the front and just barreling through cars. At this point, I wish I had a flying car. I'd make it home quicker. Actually, if I had a boat, because my house is right by the water, I would make it home a lot quicker by boat than I would driving in this mess. So we're creeping along towards the Brooklyn Bridge, and then we'll go under what's called the Promenade. And the Promenade's a place where people can hang out up top and check out the city and stuff like that. After the Promenade, it moves pretty well, and then it stops again usually, and then, stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. So that's that. But yeah, if anybody, like I was saying last time, if anybody's finished up with their Halloween builds, make sure you put it in the annual group build showcase. This way I can grab those. Oh, and if anybody, anybody that was testing the new community saw that the new community was down, the reason for that, it was just a test site, and we ran out of disk space on the new community site. So it's just a test one. That's we got to have, we'll have bigger servers for the community once it's up and permanently running. Tommy actually, he got Fios. I just put Fios in for him last week, I think it was last week or the week before. I put Fios in for him, and he's got a business account, and he's going to run his own servers. We're not gonna use anybody else's servers. More people in the traffic than in all my state. Yeah, I don't even know how many people I pass per day. I pass tons and tons and tons of people every day. I don't even know how many people are in New York anymore. It's millions of people just in Manhattan alone. And then every other borough, we're just getting crammed in here more and more and more. So I like my little quiet corner of where I live now. It's not overcrowded, not a lot of traffic or anything like that, so it's a good deal. The only bad thing about where I live is I have a shop that's not set up. Thank you, Richard. Thank you very much. North Dakota, barely 700,000. Get out of here. You only have 700,000 people in the whole state? That's like a 3-block radius in Queens. Hey, Jalen. Yeah, we're creeping along right now at between 4 and 5 miles an hour. Just creeping along. And this is what kills my Wednesday nights. This is what kills my building time. By the time I get home, I am dead tired. I have dinner. We'll walk the dogs, play with the dogs, and then I don't even have the energy or ambition to sit at the bench and do anything. But I will get something done. I definitely will get something done. I hate missing the Halloween group build. That's one of the ones I usually finish. I think I only missed one of them, so that's not too bad. And we always have a lot of cool builds. And like I said, usually the builds, I don't have that many up right now, but usually the Halloween builds come in the last 2 weeks, especially the last week, and usually a couple days before the deadline. Now I'm home, 5-minute drive. Oh, thanks, Shu. I'm glad your ride was nice and quick. In the 5 minutes took you to get home, I have crawled, not even a mile yet. Yeah, sorry about missing last night. I tried. I'm sorry that it was on preview. I tried to do one of these last night, but for some reason, the whole thing went down, like YouTube went down, and I couldn't figure out where to get back on there, and I couldn't get it started. So you guys sat and chatted. I didn't even see the chat. So I don't know what was going on last night, but Kaylin texted me to let me know everybody was hanging out. I was like, what do you mean hanging out? I'm not live. I'm not live. 1.8 million West Virginia, 10 times less than the Metro New York City area. Yeah. Damn, you guys see, but that's nice that you don't have that many people there. It's really, really crammed in here, and it's getting more and more crammed every single day. It's really, really ridiculous how many people are here. 3 more years. Actually less than 3 more years. 3 more years, and we could just sit at the bench and talk instead of driving and talking. Chris, you owe me for getting this thing to hang my phone off the window. And we're still waiting for our extra chippy chips. That has to be done during a show. That would have to be done during a show. And what is it? Streamlabs sees who's there, and it adds the chippy chips. Somebody told me. Oh, yeah. Get the 100 extra chippy of the chips. Sorry, it's not the workbench guys or me sitting there and Kelly coming down and the dogs barking and staring at me. But we were tailgating last night. Who had the barbecue? Somebody should have had the barbecue going so you could tailgate. We're tailgating this guy right now. Just seeing his brake lights the whole time. The Jersey guy ahead of me. We're creeping along. We're getting closer to the Brooklyn Bridge, though. Every inch we travel, we're getting closer to the Brooklyn Bridge and closer to home. And then I'll probably do a short tonight of the pieces that are done. If they're done, if they came out well, I'll do a short tonight of the witch that we're going to be doing. And the first thing I'll do is the base. Do the base and then get her all put together and paint her up. And it shouldn't, hopefully that one shouldn't take long. I'm pissed I ruined the cauldron. That was just horrible, but I got to work on both of those at the same time and make sure that I cure them. I'm thinking of, before I paint it, to put the lights inside the top of the cauldron, where I have to where I'm going to use resin to secure them in there. Just put the LEDs in there with the clear resin, and put it into the curing machine and do it that way. This way I make sure that all the lights are cured in place, and I have no resin tipping back out and spilling onto everything and ruining a paint job. Hopefully that'll work. But I do have 2.9 million in Kansas. That's less than Manhattan too. But I think I have three cauldrons. So if something does get messed up, I have to I'll just have to do what I have to do. I was trying to squeeze lights in there. That's another problem. How many lights I need to put into that cauldron? It's going to be tough to hide the wires. So I'm still debating if I just want to paint the top without the alien effect going, and just use the alien effect for the big cauldron, the phases of the moon, and just doing the fire on the cauldron. I'm not sure which way I want to do it. I will figure that out, and I will get it done, even if she's done after Halloween. I'd like to get her done by Halloween too, but I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. But like I said, Kelly's got me on this witch kick thing, looking at all the witches that I could 3D print up. So let's see. I've been on for 22 minutes, and I don't even know how far we went. We haven't really gone that way. I could do a single RGB and mix the color channels. The problem, I had one in there, Spence. I had only one LED in there, but it's not lighting up. It's just lighting up the center, and it's not lighting up around the edges where the other bubbles are. So I was hoping to get all that lit up. But I guess it doesn't look that bad with the edges dimmer than the middle. The middle's more bright. I'll have to play with it a little more, just to see which way I want to do it, because I do want to light it up and have that done. Because I've only been working on it for a year, and touching her butt, right, Chris? Just touching her butt like crazy. Oh, crapola! Grind it flat and sand it. See if that helps. I could try that too. Well, Boyd just had some angle LEDs or something like that. I got to watch not his last video, but I think the one before that, where he was using lighting. I'm pretty sure he had some new kind of angled LEDs. I got to check that out. If those work, then I can put a few in. That'll catch the rim, and then the middle's easy enough. One LED lights up the whole middle of it. So I got to see how I want to do it, because we'll have two Ralph boards. We'll have two Ralph boards working on it. One for the flames, and one for the. I think I'm using aliens. Aliens or reactors, one and two. I think it was aliens that I chose for the bubbles. See, we got people leaving the live stream because they can't stand sitting in traffic. Try doing this every day. Try doing this every day, sitting in this damn traffic. Alien is slow, reactors is fast. Okay, aliens it was then, because I didn't want the doing too fast, like a slow bubble. Sand it like Spence said, diffuses it. I'll try that out and see. Hopefully it spreads it about, but it's pretty wide. That's right, Tom. See, I'm going so slow now. I'm doing 2 miles per hour. I can actually read what you guys are saying at this point. 8 hours of wood. 8 hours of wood. Fiber fill too. Oh, I didn't think about that. But I don't know how the fiber fill would hold up with resin, because I gotta secure them in there. So I was gonna do it with the resin. See, now I'm curious too. If I put them in there, and I actually seal the LEDs in the resin, will it push it through all of the resin and like make it brighter at the edges? I might just try that on like a test piece, use one of the cauldrons and test it out. Put the resin in there with the lights, and then cure it in the curing station and see if it makes the light go around the whole top. At least you're moving. Los Angeles had 20 minutes of being parked before we move forward. Oh, I've done that before. That sucks. That's usually though an accident. It's not usually that bad. Yeah, I'm moving at 2 to 3 miles an hour right now, just crawling. And there's no accident. There's no construction or anything like that. It's just traffic. Oh, we got a stalled car. We got a stalled car coming up, and now let's see who's going to be nice enough to let me squeeze past him. I'm going to cut the fucking van. Oops, excuse me. I'm going to cut the friggin' van off because he's not going to let me through. Guess what? I am going to come around you, sir. I'm going to come around you. Oh, no. Nice rear end action right there. First accident of the evening, but that is not even what is causing our traffic. Causing our traffic. Wow. It's just normal. Just friggin' normal. So we're trying to get things cleaned up. Saturday I'm working, like I said. We're trying to get things cleaned up in time because I would like to do the shop for Halloween. But if I can't, I can't, just because I have nowhere to put my printers. I don't know where I would put them. The corner that I had my printers in is all of Mom's boxes still are over there. So I don't even have that area to move it. So Halloween show this year may not have the fancy schmancy background like last year. We may just have you know, the messy desk behind me. Oh, goodness gracious. Freaking tired. Oh, there's Freedom Tower over to my right hand side. You can see it a little bit better. And it's funny. It's an optical illusion. I'm not in traffic and I want to road rage the guy in front for no lights. But it's funny with the Freedom Tower over there. It's kind of like an optical illusion. There's no way I'm closer to it over here than I am when I'm down further on the BQE, but it looks a lot closer when I'm here as compared to when I'm down at the end, and it looks much further away. To my left hand side, we're passing by, those are the projects to the left hand side. Those tall buildings with all the little lights going on right there. Forgot which project. I don't know if those are the Marcy. I don't think those are the Marcy houses. I think the Marcy houses would be on our right hand side. Might be Brownsville. I don't know. All I know is it's a rough place to grow up and live. Definitely a rough place to grow up and live. Long Island City, New York City College of Technology and New York Brooklyn. That used to say Metro Tech on it, and that's where I went to school for Verizon when we had school. Well, it wasn't even Verizon back then. It was, oh, there goes Freedom Tower. Right there. Right there, and it's going to disappear behind the building. NYNEX was the company I started with. So when do we hit traffic? Looks safe and inviting. We've been in traffic one. We've been in traffic. The craziness of traffic. Eventually it'll open up. I don't know what Staten Island's like. Hopefully Staten Island's moving. If it's not moving, then I got to take the back roads on Staten Island just to try to get it. And it's not even quicker if I take the back roads. It's just you're constantly moving, so it feels like it's quicker. Looks safe. It is safe and inviting. It is safe and inviting. I'm trying to see what we're coming up to next. Just all sorts of stuff. Nah, you can't see it because it's too dark, but there's a water tower up there. Used to be like the headquarters of the Mormon church up here, but I think they sold off that building, so that's no longer there. So we have to deal with four-wheelers and side-by-sides. Oh, that's no fun. That's no fun. I've been on this road when they had a motorcycle takeover, illegal dirt bikes and four-wheelers, and just causing havoc, which makes it even worse to get home. It's like, come on, dudes. People got lives and places to go. Get off the road. Get off of the roads. Freedom Tower again. Keep looking to the right. Lane splitting. Lane splitting is the worst. I've almost hit so many people lane splitting. It's ridiculous. The worst thing now in the city is illegal scooters and the laziness of these people buying electric bicycles. It's got pedals on it. Pedal your fat ass up the hill. But the scooters are bad. The scooters are everywhere. They follow absolutely no traffic laws. They're trying to pass laws now. Those flashing brake lights are annoying. Yes, they are. But they're trying to pass laws. I've seen so many people hit on those things already. It's crazy. They have no respect for the law. But yes, it's illegal to lane split in New York and New York City. There's a few good videos out there of cops nabbing people lane splitting and ripping the keys out of their motorcycle. And then they rev their engines. If they do that to me, I make sure I'm tighter so that I can be. Somebody may think I'm an ass, but I make sure I'm tighter so they can't lane split by me. Nope, not today. Not today, no lane splitting. Yes, we haven't even reached the Brooklyn Bridge yet. This is usually when Kelly calls and she's like, where are you? And I'm still making my way towards the Brooklyn Bridge. Brooklyn, the only good thing about this is it looks like I'm actually recording, like having a video camera that people have in their cars now, dash cam. I want to get one of those front and rear dash cams because people are getting crazier and crazier frickin' driving. Oh, and there it looks so big, Freedom Tower. You guys can't probably tell how big it looks, but it looks big. Exactly. It's been raining, but I prefer the snow, especially in the winter. I prefer the snow over the rain with my job. Being outdoors, the snow just builds up on your shoulders, and there's an asshole cutting somebody off. The snow just builds up and you wipe it off. Soaking wet rain all day and it's cold, it's the worst. And it never fails. When you get up on a pole or the ladder or the bucket, for some reason the rain comes down much harder. What's going on, Chuck? We're just having a little drive home tonight since we missed our last night's show, where I teased you guys by not knowing how to get the live stream going once it went down. So I figured it out tonight, and just for Chris, I bought one of those little sticky things that goes on the window so I can live stream on the ride home. This is I know it's a little boring and stuff, but always good to hang out with you guys either way. I haven't heard anything about the Kitty Hawk Panda or I think it's Zimmy model from Paul yet. Wait to hear if we're gonna have those on the shop. He said that's a possibility. So, oh, Dan the Man, what's going on, Dan the Man? Dan the Man, Munchkin Modeling Man, otherwise known as Grasshopper. What's up, Grasshopper? Thanks for coming along on my nightly journey home. How's the audio, by the way, since I can go slow and read some stuff? I hope the audio's... I can't press the juice button, unfortunately. Juice? Can't press it. No Stream Deck here. Actually, there's a... Oh, cool. I'm glad the audio's good. There's actually a Stream Deck app for the phone, so I'm wondering if I want to be able to use that because I got to stream at the same time, so I want to be able to touch buttons on that while we're doing it. So let's see, we've gone over the Kosciuszko Bridge, we've passed the Williamsburg Bridge way back yonder. The first bridge we're going to come up to here next is the Manhattan Bridge. Honk your horn for every juice cup. Yeah, I'm gonna freaking piss somebody off. I don't want to piss anybody off, Jalen. Not at all. That would be bad. People are very edgy here. New York City's always been edgy, but it's gotten freaking worse. It's gotten freaking worse, and I'm glad the video's clear. It's actually looking pretty clear on my thing here, on the phone here, so that's a good thing. Oh, Freedom Tower. Freedom Tower again. Big Ben, Parliament. Big Ben, Parliament. It's going to be like what I'm saying with Freedom Tower. Freedom Tower, Freedom Tower. Oh my God. Look what I started. Nah, it's okay. Hit the juice. Hit the juice. The video and audio are better than desk streams. Look at that. I don't know if this is shooting in 4K or not. I have no idea what this thing is shooting in. And sorry for any notifications. Let me see, can I? No, that's that. Oh, you dummy. You dummy. I could try to shut notifications. So ringtone notifications. I'll shut off. I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to shut off notifications because I don't know if I shut off something else, it'll mess with the audio. I should start making the phone go beep. Yeah, you know my number. I just shut off notifications, so I don't know if it'll go, if you guys will hear them with the notification shut, or I got them on minimal, and I never know how to shut them completely off. That would be nice to know. All right, so up ahead, we're entering Dumbo. It's another part of Brooklyn, and there goes a train. I doubt you can see the train, but we're going to be passing underneath. We'll be passing underneath the Manhattan Bridge. Manhattan. It's only 57 degrees out. It's only 57 degrees out. You think in a city this big, there'd be more than 2 hobby shops left. I'm sure there's a few more than that. Kenny phone beep test. I don't know if you heard that or not. You might hear just a vibration because I put it all the way. There goes the train. I don't know what train that is because I can't see the number on it, but that's the Manhattan Bridge that's going from Brooklyn to Manhattan. And then the next bridge we'll be cutting under will be the Brooklyn Bridge. And then we'll go under the promenade. Beep test 2. You're as bad as Tommy and Paul. They used to message me on purpose on my ride home. And there's
New
Eric.
Text message from Eric McAllister.
There's Eric, and my Jeep is talking.
New text message from Eric McAllister.
My Jeep is telling me Eric McAllister is texting you. But Tommy and Paul used to do it all the time. Lost you. Oh, we're live again. So this is the area where I may lose you, because now, as we're coming down the hill, you'll see above me. Yeah, it's gonna freeze over here. We're in a spot that has bad reception, especially when we're gonna go under the promenade. And if you look to the right, those arches over there, that's the Brooklyn Bridge. I don't know if I can turn this. We'll see if we can turn it a little bit so you can see the Brooklyn Bridge right over here when we get around. I should do this in the morning. Should get a better shot of Manhattan. I don't know.
New text message from +1 41321033866.
If you're not in my phone book, I just gave away your phone number over the interweb, so sorry about that. Look, Freedom Tower and the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge. There it goes. I've walked over that to the Manhattans. So if I lose you under here, I will be back. Was that you, Jalen? Now I could put you in the phone book if that was you. But yeah, if I lose you, just hang around because the signal's going to come and go now that we're under this, which is very odd to me because the right-hand side is wide open. Okay, I got to put you in the phone book. The right-hand side is wide open, and we should have good signal here, but I guess with the steel and everything above me, it cuts off the signal a lot under here. I don't lose the phone call, it just goes silent until I get out from underneath here, and then it's good. Then it's good to go usually. Actually, towards the end of this, anybody that's been on a ride home before, there's a piece of art. There used to be a water tower up on one of the buildings down here, and they took the water tower down, and the guy did the same water tower except in stained glass. You'll see it all lit up, and I love this piece of art. I don't know why. I've always loved it since it went up, and it was only supposed to be up for 2 or 3 years, and the artist actually let the city keep it, and it's been up there ever since. So it's got to be up there a good 10 years now, and it's very cool. I don't know why I like it so much, but I really like this piece of art. It just looks very cool. And probably back 10, 12 years, they had waterfalls around New York, or underneath all the bridges. They set up these big towers and pumped water out of the East River through it, and they had waterfalls like another art piece underneath every bridge. That was pretty cool. They do some cool stuff, but it's gone kind of haywire in the city, so there's not really a lot of cool stuff. A lot of stupid stuff going on in the city right now. Sorry to any bicycle people. There's just way too many bicycles. They're taking up parking spots. Thing called city bikes, where they put like 20 bikes that you can rent in these little freaking corrals, and they just eat up parking spots. It's like, dudes, we need the parking spots. So we're getting closer to the end of the promenade. Once we get out from under here, we should move a little bit, and then hopefully it keeps moving, but sometimes it slows down again. Let me see. I wonder if I can get into that other lane, we'll see the thing better. You know what? Let's be a New Yorker. Let's cut this guy off. All right, cut him off. Cut him off. We're coming. I got to get into this lane anyhow. On the right-hand side. You probably can't see it. I could barely see it now. It's going to be up on the right-hand side over there. There's the water tower thingy. They need to change the light bulbs in it, because it used to be a lot brighter than that. Much, much brighter than that. It's right there to the right-hand side. I could see it on the video. I can see it on the video now. But yeah, that used to be a lot brighter. But that thing is, I don't know why I like it so much, but you did a nice job taking that old water tower and doing it into the stained glass. So that's been there for a long time. Now, why there's always traffic under here? It used to be 3 lanes. They jammed it down to 2 lanes, so it's all a bottleneck. What's going on, Ruben? What's going on, Matt? If it starts moving, I'm no longer going to be able to see what people are writing, because then that is kind of dangerous. And now we're going to go through what's called the canyons, or the canyon. It's just the streets are up like above us, so you can see to the left there, and we go below the street level. This is horrible when it's raining really bad. Yeah, this ends up being flooded, and with the Jeep it's no problem. I fly through it, but everybody else is having to slow down. And there goes our first guy. So now we're actually moving. We're doing a whole whopping 42 miles an hour. Can't read that. I wish I could. Chicken nuggets and fries. Ooh. Did we see a fast food joint? I don't know if we saw a fast food joint or not. Sorry if things get bouncy. We're not going slow anymore, so you'll get to see the nice bounciness of New York City streets. So we're getting close to the end of Brooklyn. Not in Fort Hamilton right now. I don't know where we are in Brooklyn, but we're getting close to where Kelly used to live in Brooklyn. She used to live at the end of Bay Ridge. I used to travel out here all the time to hang out with Kelly while we were dating. Here we go. That's as fast as we're gonna go for now, and then we're gonna crawl up. You can see all the red lights up there. We're gonna hit the traffic again, and then hopefully once we get to the Verrazano, over the Verrazano, it's not that bad. Yeah, it's pretty bouncy. Now we're on the elevated. All right, this is where it gets confusing. We just got off the BQE and going into the same road. This is called the Gowanus. It's two different roads, but it's the same road. So people get into arguments if you're on the Gowanus or the BQE. Right now we're on the Gowanus Expressway, which makes no sense. And then once we get off of this raised platform, and then it's called the BQE again. So you go BQE, Gowanus, BQE. Just call it all the BQE, the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. I don't get it. Why they had it. Well, I guess because we're going over the Gowanus Canal over here. Here's another spot. I don't get it. We're out wide in the open, and sometimes I lose service here. Reason. I went to Kenny completed a 1-mile drive. Dinner. Hey Scott, I'm catching names right now. Not being able to read. Not being able to list. New York's finest NYPD. Corrections is New York's toughest. Sanitation. There we go. We're back live again. Yeah, I had no clue. I don't know if it's because of the sanitation department that goes out or what. But we've been on for almost an hour and still not even halfway home yet. 7:41. It's looking more like 8:30. We'll be home. Yay! Good times. Take me for a tour. Taking you for a tour of New York. I think Ruben, you used to come to all the Facebook Live shows that I used to do. Just traveling home. I used to do them a lot more during the daytime when there was no overtime. So you guys get a nighttime travel. Nighttime travel. Need to quit work early. Yes, true. Yes, I know you were always there, Ruben, for the rides home. So you're used to the bounciness. You've been around for a lot of the bouncy car travels. Don't do it, Prime. Don't do it, motherfucker. Ass fucking hole. Stay in your fucking lane, jerk off. Sorry about that, guys. It's time a little bit of the fucking New York comes out when you're driving. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is where people get stupid, because right there is 3 things merging into one. And I don't give up my lane very easily. No, not at all. I refuse to be cut off multiple times. See, like at a toll booth, if somebody's nice and they wave and ask if they can get in, I'm like, okay. But if it's some idiot that's just driving up to try to beat the line, nope, I will be a jerk and ride the person in front of me's bumper. Hey, Kenny, language. My package was in there. Yes, indeed. Kenny the Road Warrior. No Road Warrior. Just keeping people at bay where they belong. Where they need to be. And the worst is, I always yell at them. They don't have their, I curse worse than that in high school. Yeah. It's the worst because his window was up, my window's up, so he didn't hear a thing except seeing my face yelling. That's all he saw. I should have let him hit me and sue Amazon, get a new truck. Say my back is hurting and everything. You hurt me back. You hurt me back. But no, I don't want my baby. I don't want my Jeep hit. Don't want it. New York driving school. You can drive in New York, you can drive anywhere. New York, any of the big cities, New York, LA. I've never driven in Chicago or Miami. Nope, haven't been in either one of those. But I heard Chicago's pretty rough too. I'm sure any big city is. All right, any long sentences, I cannot check those out because I'm moving along. So if I didn't say hello to anybody, hey, it is the idiot. If I didn't say hello to anybody, I'm sorry because I can't see who's here. Anything I could catch real quick, I'll say hello to. But I can't see the big sentences. Plus with the thing bouncing around, it's kind of hard to read. And I shouldn't really be reading it, which I'm not doing. I'm staring ahead. Staring ahead. We're heading straight toward the Verrazano Bridge. Getting towards Kelly's old neighborhood. Hey, Benny. Free Kyle, my friend. Free Kyle. So we're still on the Gowanus. Oh, freaking Amazon guy just cut somebody else off. I see them flashing their high beams at him. But yeah, the end of this is where Kelly used to live, Bay Ridge. I was all the way the opposite. It's funny because I was almost the last exit on the BQE in Astoria, and she was the last exit in Brooklyn. So we had to drive the whole BQE back and forth. Hey, reconnected. Yeah, they work on this thing forever. They fix one portion, go to another lane, and then when they're finished with that lane, they go back to the other lane. I don't think I've ever seen this thing finished. And usually there's not traffic right here. Usually this moves up until we get to the Verrazano Bridge. I'm quite sure some of you have been over the Verrazano Bridge. The one way in and out of Staten Island from Brooklyn. So our only entrance and exit of Staten Island, unless you're going to Jersey. Then you can take the Bayonne Bridge, the Gotham Bridge, the Outer Bridge Crossing. You can take one of those three. But to get off Staten Island into the city, or into at least Brooklyn, the only way is the Verrazano Bridge. Ah, did it in the truck. Did it in the truck. They screwed truckers over, Benny. It used to be free coming through Staten Island into Brooklyn, so the truckers would come the free route, but now to screw the truckers over forces the truckers to pay, and those poor bastards got to pay by axle. Oh my god. So figure I don't pay for me. It's 22 bucks a day, $11 into Staten Island and $11 out of Staten Island. So it's oh, Powerball 925 million. I gotta play. That's the only time I play, and I still won't hit it. I'll play my $2, and I won't hit nothing. I won't even get my $2 back. Stay right there, you freaking idiot. All right, finally up to some speed. Now we can play a little, play some Spy Hunter like I used to. Oh, damn, that guy just freaking squeezed through there. That was tight. What a freaking idiot. What an idiot. What a live stream for a modeling channel, huh? The ride home. The ride home with Kenny. Again, sorry if I miss any comments, especially longer ones. Can't read it. I caught out of the corner of my eye. Somebody just wrote something big, but too bad I couldn't. They didn't have a little thing where it reads you what somebody put in there. That would be nice. All right, this would have been Kelly's old exit when we met 27 years ago, 92nd Street. We get off there, last exit in Brooklyn, and go visit the young lady Kelly back in the day. And we lived together for a very long time. Very long time. So when I get on the Verrazano Bridge, I got to make my way over to the slow lane, the right lane, because if it's packed on the other side, then I got to get off right away and we take the back roads. If it's not packed, then we stay on the Staten Island Expressway. We stay on the Staten Island Expressway. And we're passing people. There's the Verrazano. We'll be going under the big arches. I think the Verrazano was actually the longest bridge in the United States or the world at one point in time. Actually, Kelly, I don't know how her grandfather got it, but she has a piece of the Verrazano Bridge from when they were building it. I don't know if he had a friend or a relative building the bridge, but it's pretty cool that she's got a piece of the Verrazano Bridge. This is a different Amazon guy. There's like 3 different Amazon trucks I'm surrounded by. So we'll stay in this lane. Towards the middle of the bridge, sometimes I lose signal too. Now, for anybody that's not from New York, we're going over a second body of water. The west side of Manhattan is the Hudson River, so we're going over the Hudson now, and over towards my left-hand side is the ocean. But if you're on the east side of Manhattan, that's the East River. So you got the Hudson going all the way up. The East River just goes around it merges into the Hudson, coming off the east side of Manhattan, and it also merges. It's the same water because it just flows around Manhattan, but one side's the East River, one side's the Hudson. And yes, I do fish in there. Caught some big striped bass out of there. Don't eat them. but they do swim through the Long Island Sound all the way through the Hudson and the East River back out here underneath the Verrazano out to the ocean. When they're migrating out and when they're migrating in, they come from the ocean up the rivers and back out through the Long Island Sound and back out to the ocean that way. So they got their little paths that they take. Little paths. Hopefully the Staten Island Expressways. I am so sorry it's shaky. That's as stable as I can get it. Yeah, you will glow. You'll have three-eyed fish. Actually, it's not, the river's not as bad. It's not as dirty as it used to be. It used to be a lot filthier. But the striped bass, no matter where you catch them off the coast here, especially if you're fishing the Long Island Sound, the striped bass have definitely come through the East River or the Hudson River. Actually, there's blackfish in there. There's bluefish. Bluefish do the migration through too. Flounder. I was fishing one time and this dude pulled up a blackfish. All right, we call them blackfish up here. In different areas they call them taw or something like that. I don't know exactly how to say it, but blackfish, they got these, they're black of course and they're big and they got huge chompers. They kind of look like real teeth. But he pulled one up and I was like, dude, don't eat that thing, because blackfish live in the rocks. Oh, what's going on that side? They got the police all over the place and shut down. I am glad we're not driving on the other side. But dude was taking that fish home to eat it. I was like, please do not eat that fish. They eat off the bottom. It's not like the stripers and the bluefish that, you know, they're gunning more towards the middle and top. But he took that sucker home. I was like, eh, good luck to you, sir. Good luck to you. There's no way I would eat that or a fly, any bottom fish out of there. No. Not at all. All right, so it looks like we won't have to take the back roads. Let's see, this idiot, I'm gonna climb up my ass. No, okay, very smart move, senor. Very smart move. Yeah, what time? 7:53. We might make it home by 8:30. We might make it home by 8:30. Good deal. And I think Mom is making the beef stew. Making the beef stew for dinner. So we'll have that on a nice chilly night, and then we'll go check out the resin. Then we'll go to bed. We'll do it all over again tomorrow. Do it all over again tomorrow. No fun, but it has to be done. We gotta go to work. We gotta go to works to make the monies. Without the monies, I got no foods. And I like food. Who's that? Oh, Kaylin! What's going on, Kaylin? I caught your name. I didn't catch what you said, because we're doing 53 miles an hour. It's a little bit dangerous to... why are you stepping on your brakes, man? Why is it so hot in this car? It's freaking hot in here. Gotta make it while you... Absolutely, because overtime is not always around for us. It used to be before FiOS, when we just did copper wiring. Oh my God, with all the rain that we've had this week, we would have been working overtime for weeks and making a ton of money, because the rain always messed up the copper with grounds and shorts and crosses and stuff like that. So we'd be working with the fiber optic, because it's made out of glass. We don't get those troubles anymore. So overtime is very, very limited, and pretty much everybody has internet service now. So it's, even the installations have slowed down. As long as we have enough money to work, you know, for the next 3 years, I mean, enough work to keep us working for the next 3 years, we'll be good to go. Like I said, if the economy doesn't change and I got to work a couple more years, no big deal, because I can leave when I'm 53, which is still young. So even if I had to work another 2 or 3 years, it's not that bad. Not that bad at all. Are we gonna get the slow down by Bradley Avenue? For some reason, it always slows down by Bradley Avenue, and it's not the sun in your eyes going up a hill or anything. It's just, I don't get it. No matter what time of day it is, it could be 1 o'clock in the morning, and it always slows down right here. And it's not like it bottlenecks or anything like that. It just slows down, which is no fun because it just adds minutes onto the travel time. Yay. Well, thank you everybody that's been sticking around for the road trip. Always appreciate you being here and hanging out. It's always a fun time. I just wish I could see more of what you're writing. I can't see it. We might be able to catch up a little bit on the writing here once I get to the dead stop, because that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. We're going to come to a dead stop. I don't know if you can see it, but I think is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's the old hotel where we stayed for after our wedding. And they sold it and it became something else. I don't even know what it is now. I think it's a medical building or something. No clue. Clove Lakes. Is it a senior citizen home or something? But yeah, where it says Clove Lakes, so, well, I don't know if you can see the Clove Lakes, but to the left-hand side, that big building over there, it used to be a hotel. That's where, after our wedding, myself and Kelly stayed, and all our friends that came from far out in Long Island and stuff like that stayed there too. And they promised us the bar would be open till 4 o'clock in the morning because me and my friends back then were very heavy drinkers, but that did not happen. They closed the bar at like 1 o'clock, and we're like, what the F? What's going on? Why close it? We're having a good time. We're paying you money. But nope, they closed the bar on us. All right, so this isn't too bad. Usually it's backed up a little more over here. Don't come over. Don't keep have your signal on, but don't come over. How far are we gonna freaking follow this Amazon guy? Oh, he's going to Jersey. He's got Jersey plates on, so he might be going the same way we are. New Jersey. New Jersey. Oh, sorry, I'm just freaking tired. And tonight I didn't think I was going to work overtime. I called my boss at I think 3 o'clock. I was like, Jerry, before I put my mind into I'm going home mode, is there overtime? He's like, hold on. He found an installation for me for Walgreens. I was like, all right, I'll take it. Now that could have been either deathly bad, where I would have been working until probably 10 o'clock at night, and in that neighborhood I really didn't want to work till 10 o'clock at night. But I got out there, and what do I see? I should have taken video of it. Dude, this dude was shooting up heroin right at the back doors where I had to go in, and he was acting super weird, like fucking fidgety and all sorts of stuff. So I called up Walgreens, and I'm, telling them I'm there, and I'm like, she's like, okay, I'm gonna send one of my employees out the back door. I was like, listen, be careful, there's somebody shooting up drugs behind your service bay doors. And she's like, we're used to that. I was like, you're used to that? Holy crap. Now the neighborhood that I'm talking about has always been bad, but it hasn't been this bad where people are just right out in the middle of the street shooting up H. But lucky for me, when I talked to the manager of the Walgreens, I was explaining to her everything that I had to do, and she's like, I have no clue where this is going. I don't know where we're putting it or anything like that. So she's like, she's going to call corporate's going to call their IT, then IT is going to make an appointment with Verizon, and we're both going to meet out there at the same time, us and the Walgreens IT people. This way we know exactly where they want it, because if I just put it in one spot and then that's not in the right spot that they wanted, then we got to come back out and move it, and then that's a billable charge to their company because they would have said okay to begin with. So it's always best to have a vendor meet if you have to. And then I thought I was going home after that. Jerry was like, no, nothing. And then all of a sudden my buddy Al calls me. He's like, I got drops down across 46th Avenue. So I started in the bucket. I ended up in my van to go do that installation. And then I ended up back in the bucket truck to go help my buddy run a couple drop wires across the street. And then I got out of there I left I left his job about 6:10, I guess. Got back to the garage almost 6:30. And now I'm heading home with you guys. Heading home with you guys for the last hour and 6 minutes or somewhere about there. So we're on the Staten Island Expressway now. We're headed towards the West Shore Expressway. And then we'll go over one more bridge. We'll go over the outer bridge crossing. And then we'll be in New Jersey. We will be in New Jersey. What are you flying up my ass for, dude? Where you going? Look at the brake lights up there. Jerk off. Jerk off. So, of course, there's construction up here. This construction in the middle used to be a bridge, but they're closing off the bridges. The center used to be empty. So what they're doing is they're filling all that in and making another lane because of how much traffic is out here in Staten Island. It's just a ton of traffic because everybody coming from Jersey to go to work and everybody from Staten Island coming this way to go to work. They're gonna widen it up and I think extend the HOV lane the whole length of the Staten Island Expressway, which the HOV lane is pitiful anyhow because there's so many cars in there that aren't even HOV qualified. I need to put dummies in the car. This way I could drive the HOV lane. The HOV lane. We're getting closer. 8:02. Yeah, we should definitely be home by 8:30, which isn't bad. Get to see the puppy dogs. Get to see puppy dogs. The puppies. They always go crazy. They don't understand why I'm coming home so late. Usually I'm home, if I leave at 3:30, I'm usually home by 5, a little after 5, so they're used to that. Now I'm coming home, they're like, where the heck you been all day, old man? Old man. Oh, that's a bump. That's a bump. All right. Oh, excuse me again. I could fall asleep right now. If I went home and laid down right now, I would knock out. But I really want to see that resin print and praying. Keeping my fingers crossed that resin print came out a-okay. But like I said, if it came out a-okay, I'll do a quick short on it tonight and post that up there. And there goes the trucky wucky. Oh, I can't see what you guys are writing. I can't see it, Spence. I seen your what do we got going on over here? What do we got going on? A little construction, or is that coppers or tow truck? Tow truck. Ah, his box truck broke down. Poor bastard. Edge of your seat stuff. Caution, tow truck ahead. No, the tow truck's behind me. There goes a motorcycle. Yeah, this is a riveting live stream. Yeah, that sucks that he broke down. I always feel bad for the guys because at this time it's either the end of his day, he's last on his route, or he's trying to head home, and then he ends up freaking breaking down on the side of the road. What's going on, bud? Good to see you, sir. I actually figured it out tonight how to get the live stream up and running. How to get it up and running. So we've been journeying home for the past over an hour now. So like Tom said, if you guys could stick with me for 8 hours of laying wood down on a diorama, I gotta see how old that thing is that we still haven't finished yet. An hour and a half, 2 hours, taking a ride home with me isn't too bad. Plus you're keeping me company. It actually makes the time go quicker. If I'm not with you guys, actually what I've been doing is I like the true crime stuff. I've been watching on YouTube, EWU. I forgot what the exact name of the channel is, but never before seen police interrogations of people. Quite interesting, the maniacs that are out there. Very interesting indeed to see how they lie, and then all of a sudden they break down and they give it up what they did. So I'll put that on, and then I'll put it on Bluetooth, and that's something at least I don't have to watch. I can just listen to what's going on. But yeah, there's definitely some sick individuals out there. Pretty ruthless people. And a lot of them are babies too, man. Killing babies. What the hell is wrong with people? cop for 23 years. Nice. My cousin was NYPD for, oh my God, I don't even know how many years he did. He retired a lieutenant or a captain. My cousin Georgie was state trooper. My great grandfather was New York City police officer. His badge is left to any Conklin from our family that joins the force. We have a lot of cops, a lot of military. I told you guys that's all I ever wanted to be, was a police officer. But color blindness struck me down, where I could not be a military police officer or a regular cop. So I ended up being a phone technician, which I can't complain. No college education, and I got a pretty darn good job with good pay, good benefits, all that other crap. The only thing that held me back without a college education was I had to wait 5 years to get to top pay. If I had 4 years college, I would have jumped right to top pay, but it was no big deal. I started it back then, 27 years ago. I started at $7.25 an hour. I was bringing home a whopping $192 a week. Thankfully, at that point in time, I was still living with mom and dad. I got home from the army, and I didn't get an apartment. I just came back to our old apartment, so that wasn't a bad deal. And then, you know, me and Kelly got together, started living together, so it was a little bit better on the money, but gradually worked my way up to top pay, and now there's no working up your way up to top pay. It's just raises every August or whatever the contract is. Whatever the contract is, that's what the money goes up to. Whatever they negotiate, and I can't complain. The company I work for has provided a very good job, very good benefits, where I could live a decent life and not have to worry about too much stuff out there. It lets me do my hobby most of the time. Most of the time, it lets me do my hobby. It's good stuff. I really need to get time though, because I want to do those four reviews of all those Millennium Falcon kits. The kids definitely, I caught that one, Benny. Kids definitely should learn a trade today. The steam fitters here are looking for people. IBEW, the electricians, the plumbers, carpenters, everything's looking for people, because the lazy generation doesn't want to work with their hands. They do not want to work with their hands at all. That's what I told Kenny. If after going to college and getting his teaching degree, if he doesn't like it, go to trade school. Get your plumbing license, get your electrical license, get your, go through your journeyman stage and all that. And if you can, get all the way up and get your master's license, and then you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is have your own business. You lease your master's license out, and you go inspect the work, and if they didn't do it right, have them do it again. So you can make money just go and inspect things. That's the electrician. The electrician that did my panel was able to self-inspect, because he's a master licensed electrician in New Jersey and a master licensed electrician in New Jersey. You can inspect your own work, which is a little crazy to me, because you should have, I guess, a state inspector come in. But if they say it's okay, it's okay. Looked like you did a good job. My house is still standing, so I can't complain about that. But yeah, if I didn't get into Verizon though, because I did fail the test the first time, but it was equal opportunity employment back then. They had to hire so many each ethnic group. The second time I passed the test. But if I would have failed and not gotten into 9X at the time, I was going back to become a lifer in the military. I would have just joined the military and stayed in, did my 25 years and got out. That was plan B. If I didn't get a good job, it was right back to the military for me and do the military lifestyle. Oh, I'm so glad we're moving along. We're getting close to the end of this, and one more bridge. One more bridge. Oi. So that's the travels, guys. That's yeah, sometimes I wish I would have stuck with plan B. It's just, I'm sure it was even worse for you back then, Benny. because they did not pay us well at all. I mean, their thing is they compensate you with free room and board, free medical, free dental, free eye, free food. So yeah, it does kind of even out, but it wasn't a lot of money. But if I could do it again, I probably would have stayed in there. I would have left at 40 something, and then still could have had a pension from the military. And then after the military, at that young of age, I could have got another job and worked. So that would have been a good deal, collecting a pension and also having a job. That wouldn't have been a bad deal at all. But I was still young and dumb. Even though the military helped me grow up a bunch, I was still young and dumb, wanted to go home and hang out with the boys on the street. I don't know if Chippy Chips works because I don't have Streamlabs going. We're just doing this from a YouTube live, not from Streamlabs. So I highly doubt you getting any type of Chippy Chips. Any type of Chippy Chips at all. And here comes the last bridge. We're going to make our way over the outer bridge crossing, and we shall be in New Jersey soon. Actually, this bridge is interesting. Not the bridge itself, but what's by it. Over at the right-hand side of the bridge in the water, I never knew what it was. It looked like ships, and it is ships. It's all abandoned old ships that are grounded. Found out they were I'm pretty sure it was World War II ships. I gotta look it up. It's World War II ships. It was like a maintenance yard or something over here, and they didn't dredge enough, and the ships were too big and heavy, and they couldn't get them out. So now they've just been there for years and years and years, and just abandoned in there. And they're still, popping oil out and stuff like that. And people go and do videos on them. I thought it was quite interesting. I'm curious of what kind of fish are hanging out in those wrecks, because usually you get some good fish hanging around the wrecks. Yes, to my right over the, and this is a tight bridge. This is a skinny bridge. When you got a semi going over this thing, most people stay behind it. Me, I'm an idiot. I squeeze my way past. But most of the tractor trailers coming over here, they're pretty slick because they'll just ride the middle so nobody can get past them, which I don't blame them. You got idiots like me that want to get over the bridge. There's room, but it's really tight for a tractor trailer. And now we're in Jersey. Well, we've been in Jersey. Halfway over the bridge, we were in Jersey. So you guys been through Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island. Now you're in Jersey, and you saw bits of Manhattan. So you had a good trip tonight. A good trip tonight. But once we get on the Garden State, I am going to end the live stream, just because up to now it's no big deal. You know where I'm driving. But once I don't need any shady characters watching this and know exactly how to get to my house. Anybody that wants to visit me that's an HLI member, I will tell you how to get to my house. You guys already know my address, but once I get onto the Garden State, I'm just gonna cut it loose, because I don't want anybody knowing where exactly I get off and what turns I take and all that other stuff. Because it is a little dangerous, the interwebs. You never know if you have somebody mad at you, or you're just some crazy person out there that wants to come and stalk your house. It would not be a good thing. So we'll be on probably for another 3 to 5 minutes. We'll get onto the Garden State, and then many exits onto the Garden State. I'll be home, and then hopefully Saturday. Well, Sunday I'm supposed to go to a car show. If Kenny's working, we're not going to go to the car show in Long Island. But if Saturday, by some remote chance that there's overtime on overtime, we'll still do a show Saturday night, late, because it's the last Saturday of the month and I haven't done the monthly giveaway yet. So we'll definitely do it Saturday, even if I get home at 9, 8, 9 o'clock, we'll still do a late one. This way we could do this month's giveaway. I'm getting the freaking hiccups. Okay, is this guy gonna cut me off, or is he gonna go out to the far lane? Let's see. What you gonna do? You got your blinker on. All right, that wasn't bad. You left plenty of room. And of course, it's starting to rain. Tomorrow's gonna be a shit show with the rain. It's gonna be incredibly miserable to work outside tomorrow. But then again, that's what they pay us for. Pay us to work, and unlike the postman, we actually work in the rain, the snow, the sleet, the hail, all that other. The only thing we don't work in is the lightning, because we don't want to be up on a pole and get electrocuted. Right, exactly, Bob. We got rain. We got more rain, Bob. We've had plenty of rain. Yes, indeed, we have. Yes, indeed. I'm tired of the rain. Absolutely tired of the rain, but yeah, I think this is still from that hurricane. There was remnants of the rain and all that good stuff. Actually, guys took off tomorrow because of how much rain was supposed to have. I was like, I would never, ever waste a vacation day or a personal day on rain. Just come to work. Just come to work and get it over with. Right now we're crossing over the Garden State. All right, boys and girls, I'm getting onto the Garden State. Thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight for the ride home. You made it a lot quicker than it usually is. Kept me busy, kept me talking. So that was a good deal. But like I said, getting on the Garden State. From here on in, I don't want anybody to see my exact route to my house. So I am going to say goodbye to you all, and I will see you on Saturday night. So make sure you're being good out there, taking care of yourselves, doing the right thing and all that other good stuff. Have a great night, everybody, and you'll see my ugly mug on Saturday night, and we will do the monthly giveaway. Take care, and bye-bye, everybody.